Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooke Sanchez. I know I don't post consistently, but I like to take videos and talk about things whenever I feel like it's necessary. And today was a very special day. So it was supposed to be like 1 year renewal, going back to my old rehab, Valley Hope, and seeing the current patients and, picking up a medallion and your cup and making a speech about, your experience of the past year in sobriety. And so I did not make it a full year for a couple different reasons. And I went anyways to renewal day, of course, to talk to all of the current people in there about where it went wrong and the things I do now to keep my desire to want to not use and to stay clean. And so basically I had told everyone that whenever I first went into rehab a year ago, I had the mindset, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get off of these hard drugs, but I'm still gonna, do what's socially acceptable. I'm still gonna smoke, do all this stuff. And that actually is something that I'm definitely still working on and off, is cutting out everything completely. I had quit nicotine and all that, but I have been smoking weed way longer than I've been doing anything else. So that is one of the biggest things that has kept me from making my full 1 year. But that's okay. And whenever I first got out, I was smoking just occasionally during the nighttime. And then as time progressed, it was summertime. I was hanging out with people that were doing those types of things. And at my age 21, that is kind of like all anyone ever does. And so while I was still able to get back on my feet after a relapse of my actual DOC. I don't know if I said that in my previous video, but I did relapse on my DOC whenever I got out last year, but I was able to get back on my feet, see the outcome of certain things, and see how it doesn't work for me and how it will never work for me, whether it's this substance or this substance, my behaviors and my brain patterns and the way that I work using just will never work for me. And it still, smoking weed and, say, going to bars, being in that type of scene, yes, you could do it at first. You can go there sober and just hang out at first until you start to get too comfortable and you start to see other things when you're out and you're getting offered other things when you're out. And you might just get a little too close to being in front of it, right in front of whatever you're trying to avoid, just being in that scene alone. So that is something that is really hard, is changing the people that you hang out with and the places that you go, because especially being just turned 21, you want to experience a little bar hopping, hanging out late at night, but nothing good ever happens late at night. But that doesn't mean you can't still go out and be adventurous and do fun things, just in the right scene and with the right people that aren't going to get you dabbling in certain things or make you feel anxious because you're in front of something, or because you're not doing something, or because you're the only one that has past experiences with things. And a lot of people don't understand that. And a lot of things also that people don't understand is people will get as soon as I first got out of rehab, and it still happens, even though I'm so open about talking about this. People are like scared to bring up any sort of talk about drugs or like things like that. And it's like, guys, like, it's okay. I'm not gonna go in your cabinet and steal your pills or anything. I'm not gonna start fiending, scratching for something up my nose just because you're talking about it. If that's how I feel, I have ways that I cope. I got 2 legs. I can walk away from a conversation. I can call someone that knows what I'm going through and talk about it with them. People don't, it's gonna be anywhere I go. Not anywhere, but it's going to be lots of places. You can't change what other people do around you, but you can change what you're around and who you're around. Just because it's socially acceptable doesn't mean that it's okay for everyone. And feelings, they don't last forever, and so things do very much get easier as you move on day by day in your recovery. Because I remember in the very beginning, whenever I first got out, the first few months, I was still tempted to go through my block list and unblock every single number that I didn't even know, just to find which one was my plugs to go and pick up, even whenever I knew that the feeling I was feeling wasn't gonna last forever. And I'm so glad that I didn't go and pick up in that moment. Another big thing is you have to be very willing and accepting of what's going on, accepting that you have a problem and it's not going to get better with any other substance if you're switching it out, whether it's less harmful or not. Everyone's recovery looks different, and everyone's story can benefit someone, because there's lots of people that, have done the same thing as me and cut everything hard out and just went California sober for a while. And then eventually realized, I'm still having the same obsessive, compulsive patterns and thoughts with this substance, just like I am with any other substance. It's the same thing. And if you put half, not even half, of the effort into staying sober and keeping up with your recovery and your recovery skills, just as much as you did putting in of trying to get whatever you were going to pick up or use or drink, you will make it a lot easier and a lot farther than you think if you put in that effort that you were just like whenever you were going to pick up. You just gotta switch around the direction of your focus, and you're not gonna want to do it at first, of course. And you're gonna have all these feelings of anger and irritability and anxiousness because it's different and everyone else is doing it, or a lot of other people are doing it your age or whatever. But the feeling's not gonna last forever, and your gratitude is gonna be so much higher whenever you make it through the next day and wake up sober, instead of wake up on your side you know what I'm saying? Or just not even being able to go to bed and laying in bed, just your heart it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. And there's so much, I just sound so cliche, but there's so much beauty in getting sober and actually getting to connect with people and the outside world and nature and birds and normal real life things that you never paid attention to, that we simply were oblivious to because we were only obsessed with having fun, getting fucked up, going and partying all night, or just picking up the drug that we need to make it through the hour. And it's just so much more of a way to live whenever you have some sort of higher power, God of your understanding, to put your will into and ask for your desire of wanting to use to go away and not use your own willpower, because that never works, does it? Yeah, and also something you gotta know is that people will change when they're ready to change, and I'm saying the same thing to myself, you know, but everyone's recovery is different. Everyone's experience and trauma and stories are also different. And, you know, no one will really ever understand an addict's position unless you're in that position, you know. I used to look at people who went to rehab, to be honest, and I'd be like, oh my God, poor them. Like, they're in a psych ward type beat. And that is absolutely not what it is. You know, I mean, that rehab was the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. One of the greatest things. Getting sober, I wouldn't have had a life if I didn't go. Oh shit, man, now I'm fucking tearing up. Now I'm tearing up. Cupid, give me a hug. I got this dog whenever I first went into rehab. He was my recovery dog. Come here, Cupid, give me a hug. Yes, baby, say hi. Is your name Cupid's? Hi, lovey. He's a big boy. Look, I'm standing up right now, guys. I'm literally standing up. Yes. Okay. All right, you can get down now. Anyways, what was I talking about? I just wouldn't have had a life if I didn't quit, you know, whether it me have been overdosing or whether it have been me simply just not living life on life's terms. I would be so secluded and have no emotion or feelings, and that is not life. You know what I'm saying? That's just living, existing. So yes, that's where I'm gonna end this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed this little chit chat, and good luck to all of you.